Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Concepts Daily Recovery Snack. Sunday, February 23rd. I hope everybody's warm and well. Had a good weekend. I got out of town for a little bit, went to D.C. and kind of wandered around there and saw some museums and had a real nice Italian meal. Great, amazing meatballs. Good time. Like I said, got to get out of Dodge a little bit and just enjoy myself and see something different. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Uh, all right. Going to get into the new book, God Grant Me. It's also a Hazleton book. February 23rd. It is in the shelter of each other that the people live. It's an old Irish proverb, it says. It is in the shelter of each other that the people live. In the history of AA, we learn about the famous Dr. Carl Jung, who wrote that alcoholics are people who live outside the protective wall of human community. It is true. When we were using, we were outsiders. We may have hung out with other outsiders, but we were not part of a loving group of people who cared for each other in healthy ways. In recovery, all that changes. We enter into loving groups as we join in 12-step fellowship, and we form healthy relationships and family relationships. We start to feel like part of something that protects us. Prayer for the day. Higher power, help me give up my pride in being an outsider. Help me feel the comfort and happiness of being part of a healthy group of people. Today's action. I will make a list of all the people I feel connected to in my sober life. I will call my sponsor and talk about how I feel about these new relationships. That's pretty awesome. I'm liking this new book. Y'all got any feelings on it or whatever? Give me a little feedback. Prayer for the day. Higher power, help me give up my pride in being an outsider. You know, I thought my job, I thought my place was the black sheep, was the outsider, the mystic, one, the one nobody could really get figured out what in the world was going on with. I don't even know if I'm not sure I can articulate it correctly. I had a loving family, and I was around them, but I did not choose to be a part of them as much as I could. Hell, due to divorce, I had two loving families. But still, nonetheless, I made the choice, the conscious decision, to not have that be my normal. The life that I created was risky. It was nothing that I was shown in my home as being normal. I mean, I think boys will be boys to an extent, and I think that we, typically young men sometimes, don't quite think things as through. We look more mature at an earlier age than maybe some of the women. We start to turn into men physically, but I don't want to speak on everybody else. I'll speak on me. I looked like a man for a long damn time, and emotionally, I was not one. I did not grow up. My insides, my emotions, my coping mechanisms, all these things did not grow up on the inside of me as the to match the physical outside growth. And things were difficult due to that fact. But the the act of separating myself from the things that were shown to be normal, I think gets back to me in my guts about how I always felt I didn't belong. I always felt there was something wrong, and I could never put a finger on it, but I just didn't feel comfortable, and I don't know how to explain that. I think I had a soul sickness. I think I had detached myself from a God. I had some questions about some things that I couldn't spend any amount of time on them, without wanting to use substances to get my mind off of them, if that makes any sense. You know, adolescence is rough. You know, puberty's rough. All those things. It makes for a hard time when everything's going, you know, quote unquote normal. Just those things alone can be a confusing time. So I found alcohol and drugs during some of my trials and problems and tribulations or whatever. And man, I never let that shit go. I just didn't let it go. It was my go-to. It was my old Clint Eastwood movie Snake Oil, man. It was the fix-all. It was the elixir, you know. It fixed everything until it started trying to kill me. So anyway, I'm rambling. You guys like, share, please share, comment, subscribe, whatever you got going on. I appreciate y'all joining me, and have a good day out there. Tell a friend about this, trying to grow the base, and I just thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a blessed day, and please come back and join me tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye bye.